What's going on, everybody? Dave back again, and today we're going to be featuring a model kit that came all the way from Taiwan. This, of course, is from GKMODEL. I will put links down below to be able to pick this up, both on eBay and on the interwebs. And this is going to be the 1/4 scale Evangelion Asuka Langley, originally put out by Volks, but then redone by a GKMODEL. Yes, I know, I'm going to put a disclaimer out there. This is, of course, a recast because it's from GKMODEL, but I couldn't get the original, so this is what we got. So without further ado, let's crack open this plain box and take a look at what's inside. All right, and inside that bigger box was this one, and I was actually surprised when I ended up opening this up, actually how big this actual box is. You get some artwork on there. They did do array. Have no interest, not unless someone wants to send it to me. I only really care about redheads. So this box is actually really nice. One of the things, and I will put a disclaimer out there, I am going to be posting up some videos of unboxings and kits that I ended up getting in the past from E2046. I do not purchase, I do not promote purchasing from them. Their kits used to be really good, and they really went downhill, and they really ended up screwing over a lot of people on deals, so I don't deal with them at all. The only people that I end up dealing with anymore is GKMODEL. Their resin and castings have always been really crisp, really great. I have a couple more kits coming in a week or so. They are on pre-order, so definitely stay tuned for that. I'm going to be doing a lot more resin kits, so yeah. So yeah, this box is actually really heavy duty. It's a slide off top. I'm going to drop it down to the table, and we're going to take a look at everything that ends up coming in here. For those of you that are resin heads or want to be resin heads, I'm actually going to use this. One of the reasons I ended up getting this was I'm going to use this as a template to show you guys seam cleaning, mold line remover, magnet placing, all of that good stuff. This has clear parts. I'm going to show you how to tint those and redo my video that's about 4 years old right now. For those of you that are looking off to the left, yes, I got some of the paint racks in, and I have a video coming up of me building and doing a review on these. These are the Artie Station, was it 26 millimeter acrylic paint racks. I have, now these I actually got from Artie Station. I actually have 2 coming from USA Gundam Store and the Opera system whenever they get those in and whenever they ship them out. I'm excited to show you guys those. My desk, if you guys follow me on the community page, you've seen it. It's completely pretty much wiped clean. I have some tools sitting in the corner, and that is about it. I've cleaned off all the paint racks. I've cleaned off all the clutter, pretty much everything, waiting for that to come in. I can't wait to make my life easier. So again, let's jump down to the table, take a look at what's inside this. All right, so here we are down to the table. I hope this isn't too glary. I know there's going to be a lot of plastic bags and stuff in here. It is what it is. So again, you get the top side. I don't think I ended up showing this to you. You've got the Asuka Langley Soryu. I don't know how to correctly pronounce that. 02. Taking a look at the artwork on the side here, again, you have that. I don't know what that ends up saying. I'm going to assume that it says the same thing as here. Again, you do have the Ray, and I don't know, I like some of the things about her base, but I'm not going to end up getting her. I only care about her, and we're going to do some things different on her. Her base is really cool. I just, as soon as I ended up seeing it, I have a friend of mine that he ended up showing me his, and I'm like, okay, well, that's kind of cool. And then I started following up on it and went, yeah, I have to get this. So we're going to slide off the top. And like I said, the box is actually really nice. It's really heavy duty, so even for storage, it looks pretty thin, but it's pretty stable. Now we have an instruction booklet. We're going to take a look at that right now. So one of the things that this does end up coming with, it comes with eyeballs. That's right. And I actually think, though I don't think that they're the right size. If you guys remember a long time ago, and she's halfway built, I got Asuka that was hollow, and it had clear pieces, and you could do you know, basically doll eyes in it. It had some kind of funky clear ones, and I scrapped those and I ended up buying doll eyes. But I think that that's more 1/6 scale, and those eyes wouldn't end up working. But yeah, it's nice that they ended up including actual like doll eyes for this instead of painting them. I don't know. I really like the fact that they end up doing that. And it's my understanding for the Rey, they didn't do that for the initial release, but they did for this girl. One thing that pisses me off, especially with people that end up recasting and doing things like that, are that they don't give a crap about the instructions. And I like the fact that GK actually does. Like, they did a good job with the instructions. And I don't think I've ever gotten one that was like, looked like a photocopy of 16 other photocopies and just horrible. So you actually get, this is sculpted by Zeruke Mura, assembly manual, made in Japan. So this is the original Volks instruction manual. It's a copy of it, but you get a front shot on there. Opening it, I don't know how I end up feeling about this. There's a lot of clear pieces. You can see all the clear pieces, but there's actually a colored resin, and I don't know how I end up feeling about that. And as far as I'm aware, this actually comes with 2 heads and 2 left arms. So that's going to be interesting. I think they're different tones, so we'll end up having to take a look at that. It comes with the sword thing, which it's huge. I can already tell you it's huge. It does come with water slide decals for the eyes if you choose to do something other than the eyeballs that come with it. Let's see here. You have an assembly manual. We'll go over all the pieces. I will actually do this piece by piece build with you guys. Let me know down in the bottom if you want me to do that live, or if you want me to do that just in sections recording it. And one of the things that I meant to mention earlier was the fact that this does come with the 2 faces, or 2 heads, and then the 2 arms. And I think the reason for that is if you choose to paint it, you can either do one with the slides or one with the actual eyes. I'm not sure on that. I'm taking a look over here, and I'm not fully sure. We're going to have to dig into it and take a look at that though. You have all the mechanics of pretty much putting it all together. I already know that here is probably going to be a nightmare because anything Asuka is. You have all these pieces for the base, and I love it. Love it, love it, love it. You have all the pieces for the base of the decapitated angel. You have all the spikes coming out of it. We're going to make that nice and gory. You have this essence or whatever it is coming up out of it, and her in her pose. Here you have diagram 2 for the eyes and putting on all of the hair. I do like the fact that I think that this is going to be able to be done where we can put on all the hair, and the face can be separate, so it can make it easier just in the long run. And then you end up with the spear. No, it's not the spear. I keep thinking the longitis, but that's not what it is. Whatever this blade thing is. You get a nice shot on here. I'm not sure if I'm really keen on that face. I mean, it's Volks. They have a tendency, even the Bayonetta that I have a couple of other that were done by Volks, and they all have this like little girl pouty face on here. It's not really Asuka, but we'll live with it. And then on the back, you get a shot with more information. I think these are all colors because I'm seeing Mr. Color, Gaia notes, Mr. Color, Gaia. So I think these are the paints that they recommend for painting, and we'll do our own thing on that. All right, let's dig in. Look at all this. Like, I love when companies do this. You know I do. The thing that scares me about the colored resin is it always has a texture, and Jesus, that's a big arm. Let's turn off that light so we don't have so much glare. That is a big ass arm, and it does have some texture. It does. But hopefully it's not that bad. Man, that's big. Like, I know it's quarter scale, but... And then there's the handle for the sword thing. Like, I told you, it was big. We got more pieces here. Here are two of the arms. You have one that is a flesh colored. I don't know if you guys can tell. One is white, like white resin, and the other one is a flesh colored. So I don't know if they're intending like people just, if they just did it so that maybe if one is injured, I mean damaged, or if you just want to build this and put it on a shelf, you could. I don't know, but hey, I'm not gonna squabble about freebies. The nails, I'm super impressed. Here. All right, so I ended up turning down the camera so that there wasn't so much glare, but you can actually see, if you look, I've got dirty fingernails. What the hell? You can actually see the nails. Like, they did an excellent job on casting this. The mold lines on here are almost like non-existent. You have a pour spout right there on the elbow. It's a nice cleanable spot. They didn't do what E20 used to do and just grind the shit out of their kits. You have a little flash on the fingers, but other than that, it looks pretty flawless. There's a little bit of a mold line right here, but it looks good. Same way on the other one. Same quality on the nails, everything else. It looks good. I mean, what can I say? Did I mention that this is going to be a long video? I probably should have done a live, but resin smell. Actually, it's not that bad. So yeah, one of the things I noticed a long time ago when dealing with the colored resin, there's something about it that's a lot lighter. Like this actually weighs more than this does, and there's probably more volume here. It's well cast. It looks real good, but there's something different about the colored resin and the texture. You can see there's some dings and stuff right here on this edge. I don't know how much. That's really not going to make a difference because, well, we're modelers and we're going to fix that. That's supposed to be there. The hand on here, it looks real good. You have this little, how do I put it, wedge, where there's the separation that's on there, just so that you don't end up getting any sag or anything in the mold. So that's going to have to be cleaned out. There's a mold line that runs right across here. They did good keeping it right across there, right across there, and then across the backside. Easy to clean up. You get the actual pour mark right there. The hands and the knuckles and everything look real good. You get these pieces. I'm not going to dig them out right now, but they are in a gray resin and they look really good. Doesn't seem to be, though, even if there was, it blend in with that texture pretty well. Really any mold lines. Here you get, what do you get? I see a bunch of eye pieces. So they did two of these. Okay, so they did basically everything in white and flesh color. And so these are going to be for if you're wanting to use the water slide decals or paint your own eyes. These will inset into the head. These, again, flesh and white, are made for holding in and mounting the eyes for using these guys. So that is super cool. You get these pieces. I think they go on the knees. Nice, crisp, super clean. You get this, which I think it's a hose. It's something. It's got the sculptor's name on here. Pretty cool on that. I actually think this goes, it attaches to something that ends up going onto the angel, I think. You get these nice details and panel lines on the inside and outside. I am super stoked on this. Like, it looks super clean. You get hair. Oh God, you get hair. So all of the hair is in clear. I'm just going to say it now. I'm not going to end up doing the hair in the clear colors like they end up doing in these pictures. I'm just not going to do it. Worst case scenario, if I don't like what I have planned, I can just strip off of the paint and then do it in clear, but I'm going to actually paint the hair. and do it in the traditional colors. So that is my plan. Big old hollow out for, I'm going to assume, the backside of the skull on here, or head, not skull, but the head. And then these pieces end up attaching in different places. You can see there's notches that are in here. It does, I mean, the resin's like bubble free. I have never had an issue from GK on their castings with their clear pieces. Like, it's just never happened. In here you get more clear pieces. There's a lot of pieces of this kit, guys. So more clear pieces. These are frosted, so I'm not sure how I end up feeling about that. I am going to do clear for these armor pieces. We're going to tint them instead of using clear paints, and I'll show you how I end up doing that. I have a pretty cool effect all laid out, but yeah, so we've got that. So that's in a frosted, everything is kind of frosted. So here are her bangs, and that's going to go on just like that. So get those out of the way. We have more clear pieces. Let's see what this is. I think this is for her back, or is this for her front? I'm not sure, but damn. Like, this will look really cool. If you guys can see on the backside, we have details here, but I'm going to lightly sand these down, smooth them out, like smooth out this part where it's nice and smooth. Then when we tint it, and then we can paint in details like some black into some of these sections and stuff, it's really going to make those details pop out. I am super stoked on that. More hair, some armor pieces. I think these go on the sides of her legs. Another one, more hair. There is a lot of hair here, guys. If you have never done a Volks kit, you don't know the torture of all the hair. All right, so let's get this out of the bag, get the glare off of it. Some plastic AMSR. All right, so check out this beast. This thing is about 12 inches long just by itself. Let's make sure. So widest point, it's 11 inches. Well, actually, if we go from this point to this point, 11 and a half inches. But yeah, so that's about, if you go from here, about 10 inches. So that makes this in total, if you add, let's see, this one looks like it goes in there. So if we measure out halfway, get out of here. That's going to be 12 and a half inches, about halfway up the handle to the tip. That's going to make this about 24 inches, about 2 feet freaking long. You could literally grab this and defend your home with it. Like, that's crazy. Here's the other one. We're not going to pull it out. I really like the details and stuff that are on here. We're going to do some weathering. We're not really going to stick to traditional, but we're going to add some detailing. On here, we have our heads. This almost looks like a chest of Gundam. Like, look. It could be. So I think this is the backpack. A lot of great details that are on here. As you can see, you get your pour mark right there. You get some little marks that need to be cleaned off, but that looks really good. But yeah, doesn't that look like the chest of a Gundam? It should be a Gundam. Okay, and then what's left in the bag is going to be your front and back sides of the head. Now, keep in mind that Volks, a majority of their business isn't model kits. It's dollfies. Like the dress-up dolls and everything, like that is their big claim to fame. That is a majority of their business. So That's why I'm not surprised to see the head like this. I've seen the others. Like, literally, this is one of their doll heads. Like, no shit. So here's what I'm going to do. So that these are different colors. So basically, this piece is going to go... I think this is how it goes. Maybe it's like this. Flip it around. So basically, once I clean off that pour mark, that's what you're going to end up getting. Let us, like, I literally hardly have any nippers or anything on my desk. I have them all in a box on the side, so this notches into there, that notches into there, and then there are your eyes. The downside is, if you can see, there's some gap and stuff. Technically, you could push that in and, you know, just sit it up better. And then you can use the water slides for the eyes or paint your own eyes, however you want to end up doing it. I really want to use one of these heads to really practice on. I've seen some really great things and I just want to practice on it. On the other one, here is the flesh colored. We're going to use the white. With that one in place, this is intended, I think this is the one that's intended for installing. I could be wrong, guys. I very well, now that I'm looking at it, I don't know, I could be wrong. I think that this one is the one that you want to mount the actual eyes on. So that's going to go in there and push the eyes up to the socket. And I'll show you how to do that because I've done it a couple times. But yeah, if you're looking for like the skin, here's the thing, it's not super smooth. There's like a light texture, but it's like, it feels like it's supposed to be there. Like, it doesn't feel horrible. It feels like it's supposed to be there, and it'd be good for painting. So there is your 1 and 2 heads. I know, I'm dragging this out, guys. I'm sorry. All right, so we have part of the base there. Ugh. Yeah, we still have legs. What the hell? This is what you get when I'm not planned on doing this. Okay, so here's a leg. Holy crap. Like, this has to be taller than a quarter scale. Like, I have quarter scales. I'm looking at a quarter scale right up there. This looks bigger than a quarter scale. This looks almost on a thirdish scale. This has... Hold on. Hold on. So you guys know that I collect Court of the Dead. Okay? Here is a quarter scale. Cleopsis? No, she's downstairs. This is a quarter scale by Sideshow. This is a quarter scale from Volks. Keep in mind, Asuka is supposed to be what, 14? This is a grown-ass woman. Comparison. There's this one, and then her. Significantly larger. This girl is closer to 3rd scale. That is crazy. Like, I would say it's yeah, it's closer to 3rd scale. It's huge. So here's a leg, really well done. Like all the details. You even got details bottom of the feet. This is just really well done. I know there's going to be the haters leaving comments down in the bottom. Oh, you're about to recast. Yes, I did. I don't have any sponsors for anything. So everything comes out of my pocket. So I'll buy what I want. Companies want to send me something to review and it's original, fine. But I can't afford the $1,000 that this is going for, if you can even find it. Which, by the way, this on GKMODEL or even on their eBay is $100 and some odd dollars. Like, it's under $200. So here is the other leg. Really well done, nice and clean. Like, I think they wash all their pieces before they send them out. I don't see any chunks of resin. That was notorious with E2046. You'd get kits with chunks of resin, and I personally would feel bad because I knew that the next person that got one would get screwed over because whatever details would be gone. I didn't even end up seeing this little baggie. It has a piece. I don't know where it ends up going, and then a couple of hair pieces. In this baggie here, we have all the spikes that are going to go onto this base, which I'll show you here in a second. You have the part of the hand that's going to hold the weapon thing. You have her little ear cups and a couple little doodads, this and that's, that end up going on there as details. So yeah. So here is her main body. You have a little spout here that needs to be trimmed off and sanded down, and it looks like they did pretty much a damn good job. You can tell that there's a little seam line or mold line that comes up across here. You have the pore marks on top of the shoulders right here. Again, very small mold line that comes down, comes across the crotch. I don't know what to say. Like, I've been super happy so far. Let's do a plug and play and see how the head, like, it's a little loose, but that's okay because we're going to magnetize it. But wow, okay, let's try a leg. So a little hot water and I think that's going to fit just fine. Let's try this other leg. Like, that one doesn't even need hot water. It just fits. It just fits. Yeah, that looks great, guys. This arm. Oh, I got that thing. Let's trim that off. Trim. Yeah, a little hot water. Press that in. It's just going to fit like a glove. Sweet. And then the other arm is going to go right here. Just like that. Yeah. Little warm water. Fits perfect. All right, last piece to go through. All right, so here is the biggest chunk of the base. And then this is going to notch in just like that. We are going to have to epoxy that down. This needs a little bit of hot water just to mold this piece to this. It's not off, but it just doesn't sit in there perfectly smooth. So yeah, a little boiling water. We'll get that all set. The spikes will end up coming up out at all here. You get the little tendricles. I love the angel. Like, this is going, I'm going to paint it all gory, like it's supposed to be. Blood, all kinds of stuff. Here's the backside over here. You get some cables and stuff that end up coming out. And then 1 foot is going to go in here. 1 foot is going to go here, and then her body. I think I measured that this is 25 inches or something like that. I will have to build it up, and we'll have to see. All right, guys, this has been a crazy unboxing. Now I just have to clean all this up, and then I have to finish shooting, building the RD station rack and get that up for you guys. This has been a blast. I hope you guys enjoyed it. It was super long. I know it was super long. Definitely stay tuned. I'm going to go through this piece by piece. Definitely let me know down in the bottom if you want to see it piece by piece. But as far as cleaning it up, adding magnets, how to shape things with the hot water, if you even need me to do that, and then just going from there, we're going to get this sucker all built up, and I can't wait. I'm like a little kid. Yay. Again, there will be a link down, or actually links down below, to both GKMODEL's website and also to the eBay store. I would end up, my personal, it all depends on your situation. A lot of their things that they have on eBay has shipping included. Their default is DHL when they express ship, or EMS if you end up requesting it. But as far as on the website, as you purchase, you earn points. Points earn you discounts. Like you spend X amount of money, you get a 10% discount. If you buy 2 kits, that adds on another 5% discount. So let's say you have a 10% discount and then you end up buying 2 kits together. That'll add up another 5%, making it 15%. And you add up points. So as you, let me phrase this correctly. As you buy things, you move up tiers. Depending on how much that you spend over time, you add up how much of a discount you get. There's silver, gold, and platinum tier. I think platinum is 20%. Then you actually end up earning points for every dollar that you spend. And I think every point is worth 5 cents. So you can rack up those points and then turn them in and then end up using however much. I think on the other order that's coming, I turned in all my points and it was like $80. So my whole order ended up being like around $100 for 2 kits. So they have great incentives to shop from the website. I will put the website and then the eBay store down below. Some people prefer going by eBay. That way they have actual guarantee from eBay, but they only accept payment by PayPal. So, I mean, you're safe either way. I want to thank you guys all for tuning in. Definitely stay tuned because we're going to end up having more. I will see you guys all in the next video. Stay safe. Peace out, YouTube.